we're going to look at interpreting different graphs. When interpreting graphs, it's important that we recognise the variables that label the sides of the axes. Remember, a variable is anything that can have a value. So we've got the variable distance and the variable time. Don't forget, usually across the bottom is the independent variable, and on the vertical axis is usually the dependent variable. So when we've got a graph like this, we can see we've got transition points. It's always a good idea to show these transition points with dotted lines. So let's show all the transition points. This allows us to take values from the sides of the graphs. This is a very important feature when interpreting graphs, because you need to mention the variable's values. Okay, so interpreting this graph then, what we would say is, hold the first 2 seconds. The car travels at constant speed for a distance of 10 meters. Between 2 and 5 seconds, the car is stood still at a distance of 10 meters. Between 5 and 7 seconds, the car reverses from 10 meters to 8 meters, showing that it has reversed 2 meters. Between 7 and 9 seconds, the car is stood still at a distance of 8 meters away. Then finally, I'm going to estimate that this is about 11 seconds, so between 9 and 11 seconds, the car returns to its starting position. So during that time, it travels 8 meters. Notice how we're mentioning the values of each transition point. That's what needs to go in any answers you give. A speed-time graph tells us a very different story. So that's why it's so important that we look at what the labels are and what the units are. So let's show the transition points again. Remember to look at the values again and mention the units this time. So between 0 and 2 seconds, the car changes its speed from 0 meters per second up to 10 meters per second. So therefore it is accelerating. Between 2 and 5 seconds, the speed stays at 10 meters per second. This shows that it is travelling at constant speed. Between 5 and 7 seconds, the speed gets less. This doesn't mean it's reversing, it just means you've put the brakes on and you've slowed down from 10 meters per second to 8 meters per second. Between 7 and 9 seconds, we travel at a constant speed of 8 meters per second, and then between 9 and 11 seconds, we hit the brakes and the speed drops from 8 meters per second down to 0 meters per second. So when interpreting graphs then, make sure you use the values on the axes. Make sure it's clear which part of the graph you're talking about, and don't forget to mention words like speed and time.